What if life has no meaning? What if our emotions, our actions, even our crimes, are just meaningless? This is a terrifying question at the heart of Albert Camus The Stranger, a novel that shattered conventions and became a cornerstone of existential philosophy. Today, we'll unravel its unsettling brilliance and why it still haunts readers decades later. Before we dive into the story, let's set the stage. Albert Camus was a French-Algerian philosopher, author, and journalist. His work often grappled with the concept of absurdism, the idea that life is inherently without meaning, and humanity's attempts to find purpose are futile. The Stranger, one of his earliest novels, reflects these themes through the detached and enigmatic life of its protagonist, Meursault. The novel begins with one of literature's most famous opening lines, "Mother died today," or maybe yesterday. I can't be sure. This stark statement introduces Meursault, a young man living in French colonial Algeria. Detached and emotionless, Meursault travels to attend his mother's funeral but seems unaffected by her death. This lack of grief immediately sets him apart from societal expectations. In the days following the funeral, Meursault returns to his routine. He begins a casual relationship with Marie, a former co-worker, and spends time with his neighbor Raymond, a man of questionable morals. Meursault's life appears to drift aimlessly. He doesn't seek meaning or emotional connections, living instead in the moment. The turning point comes when Meursault, almost without thinking, shoots and kills an unnamed Arab man during a confrontation on a sun-scorched beach. This act of violence is as unmotivated as it is sudden, yet it seals Meursault's fate. The second half of the novel focuses on Meursault's trial. In court, his crime becomes secondary to his character. The prosecution and defense obsess over his lack of grief at his mother's funeral, using it as evidence of his supposed moral depravity. Meursault himself remains indifferent, refusing to fabricate emotions or justify his actions. The trial becomes a spectacle, exposing society's need to impose meaning and morality onto the absurd. At its core, The Stranger is a meditation on absurdism. Camus suggests that life is without inherent meaning, and that the universe is indifferent to our existence. Meursault embodies this philosophy, choosing to live authentically, free from societal conventions, even if it leads to his downfall. By the novel's end, Meursault accepts the absurdity of life and embraces the inevitability of death with a sense of peace. Why does The Stranger still resonate today? It challenges us to confront uncomfortable truths about existence, morality, and freedom. Meursault's journey compels us to question our own beliefs about meaning and the roles we play in society. It's a book that dares us to think deeply and live authentically. And so, the story of Meursault ends not with redemption, but with an acceptance of life as it is, unpredictable, indifferent, and beautifully absurd. If this summary intrigued you, consider reading The Stranger for yourself to fully immerse in its philosophical depths. Thank you for watching, and as always, if you don't know, now you know.